Right now, you are hurtling through space at 1.3 million miles per hour. Not metaphorically, literally. Our galaxy is moving, our solar system is moving, and you, sitting wherever you are right now, are along for the ride. And yet, none of that is the most unsettling thing about the universe. Here it is. Everything you can see, touch, feel, and measure, every star, every planet, every atom in your body exploded into existence approximately 13.8 billion years ago from a single point smaller than the period at the end of this sentence. We call it the Big Bang. But here is the question that has kept physicists awake at night for decades. The question that even the greatest minds alive today cannot fully answer. What was there before? Not just empty space, not darkness, not silence. Before space existed, before time itself had any meaning. What was there? That question is what we are going to explore today. And I promise you, the answers are stranger, more terrifying, and more beautiful than anything you have ever imagined. Here is where things get uncomfortable. When most people ask what came before the Big Bang, they are picturing something like this, an endless void, sitting quietly in darkness, waiting. And then, boom, suddenly the universe appears. That picture is wrong, and not slightly wrong, fundamentally, completely wrong. See, the Big Bang did not happen inside space. The Big Bang created space. It did not happen at a moment in time. The Big Bang created time. Think about that for a moment. Asking what happened before the Big Bang is, in the most literal scientific sense, like asking what is north of the North Pole. The question sounds reasonable, but the concept of north simply stops working at that point. There is no answer because the framework that makes the question meaningful breaks down. Time, as we understand it, did not exist before the Big Bang. So the word before has no anchor. Now, if your brain just quietly short-circuited, good. That means it is working correctly. But here is why this is not the end of the story. It is actually the beginning. Because even if time as we know it had a starting point, physicists believe something gave rise to it. Something allowed the conditions for a Big Bang to exist, and science has not stayed quiet on that question. There are several theories, serious, peer-reviewed, mathematically grounded theories that attempt to describe what that something might have been. And each one is more mind-bending than the last. The first possibility is called the Cyclic universe model. The idea is this: what if the Big Bang was not a beginning at all? What if it was a bounce? What if our universe has been expanding and contracting for an eternity? Like a cosmic heartbeat that has no first beat and no final one. In this model, our universe grew out of the collapse of a previous universe. That universe grew out of the one before it. And before that, another, and another, stretching back through time, not 13.8 billion years, but infinitely. Two leading physicists, Roger Penrose and Paul Steinhardt, have each independently developed versions of this model. Penrose calls his version conformal cyclic cosmology, or CCC. He argues that at the end of a universe, when all matter has decayed and only light remains, the geometry of space becomes indistinguishable from a new Big Bang. In other words, the death of one universe and the birth of the next are the same event, just seen from different sides. Which raises a deeply unsettling thought. What if the universe we live in is not the first? What if we are somewhere in the middle of an infinite chain, and there is no origin at all? But while the cyclic model is elegant, it has a problem. If the universe has been doing this forever, why is our universe so remarkably ordered? Each bounce should, theoretically, inherit some disorder from the last cycle. After infinite cycles, chaos should dominate. So something is still missing. And that leads us to a theory far stranger. One that suggests our Big Bang was not a bounce, but a leak. In the 1980s, cosmologist Alan Guth proposed a theory called inflation. The idea that in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang, the universe expanded at an incomprehensible speed, faster than light, and then inflation stopped. But here is where it gets extraordinary. Guth's colleague Andre Linde took that idea further. He asked, what if inflation never fully stopped? What if it is still happening, right now, in regions of space beyond what we can observe? This is called eternal inflation. In this model, the universe we live in is just one bubble. One pocket where inflation briefly paused and conditions settled into something stable enough to form stars and planets and life. But beyond our observable horizon, inflation continues forever, constantly spawning new bubble universes, billions of them, perhaps an infinite number, each with its own physical laws, its own constants, some with different values of gravity, some where stars cannot form, some so alien that no concept we have could describe them. And our Big Bang? It was not the birth of everything. It was simply the moment our particular bubble stopped inflating and cooled into a universe. Which means right now, unseen and unreachable, there may be universes where the speed of light is different, where time runs backwards, where the very rules of physics we consider universal are completely foreign. That is not science fiction. That is a mathematically serious proposal that has been published in the world's most prestigious physics journals. But even eternal inflation does not answer the deepest question. Where did the inflating field come from in the first place? For that, we have to go somewhere even more radical. We have to go to the very edge of what mathematics can describe. Here is a fact about the universe that most people are never told. Empty space is not empty. At the smallest scales, scales so tiny they make an atom look like a galaxy, space itself is a churning, boiling sea of energy. Particles blink in and out of existence constantly, borrowing energy from the vacuum and paying it back almost instantly. This is called quantum fluctuation, and it has been measured. It is real. It is not theoretical. Physicist Lawrence Krauss, in his work on what he called a universe from nothing, argued that given the laws of quantum mechanics, a universe can emerge from a state of absolute nothingness. Not probably, not possibly, but inevitably given enough time, or rather, given that time itself is a quantum variable. In this view, before our Big Bang, there was a quantum vacuum. Not empty space, no space at all, just the probabilistic fog of quantum possibility. And one fluctuation, one roll of the cosmic dice, produced conditions extreme enough to trigger inflation, and a universe was born. Let that sit for a moment. The entire observable universe, every galaxy, every star, every atom in your body, may have emerged from a random quantum event. No cause, no architect, no before. Just probability, and then everything. Now, not all physicists accept this framing. Some argue Krauss is using the word nothing too loosely, that a quantum vacuum with laws governing it is not truly nothing, it is something. The debate is alive and ongoing, but one thing is not debated. The mathematics of quantum mechanics allows for spontaneous creation. It happens at small scales all the time. The question is whether it happened once, at the grandest scale imaginable. And there is one more theory. One that does not just stretch our understanding of physics, it dissolves it entirely. Einstein changed everything when he showed that time is not a constant. It bends, it stretches, it slows near massive objects and speeds up in the void. But some physicists take Einstein's equations to their logical extreme. and they arrive at something deeply strange. The block universe theory, also called eternalism, proposes that time is not a river flowing from past to future. It is a dimension, fixed, static, complete. Every moment that has ever existed and ever will exist already exists simultaneously as part of a four-dimensional structure. In this view, the Big Bang is not an event that happened. It is a location, a coordinate. It exists in the block as real and permanent as any other moment. And the concept of before the Big Bang in a block universe has no meaning at all. Not because we cannot know it, but because the structure of reality does not have a before. It has geometry. Now, if you are feeling slightly dizzy, that is the correct response. Even physicists who work with these models describe a persistent sense of unreality when they sit with the implications long enough. What is remarkable is that this is not mysticism. This is what falls out of general relativity when you follow the math without flinching. Time as we experience it, as a flow, a journey from past to future, may be a feature of consciousness, not of physics. An illusion created by the way our brains process information. The universe, in its full mathematical description, may have no beginning, no end, no now. Just an eternal, static structure of which we experience one thin slice, and call it life. So then, we have traveled through cosmic cycles, quantum foam, infinite bubbles, and the frozen architecture of time itself. And the honest answer is, we do not know which of these is true. We may never know, but what we do know is perhaps the most remarkable thing of all. We are a species that clawed its way from caves to consciousness. We built instruments that can detect a gravitational wave, a ripple in space-time, from two black holes that collided 1 billion years ago. We have placed our mathematics against the edge of existence itself and asked, what is out there? And the universe, in its way, has answered. Not completely, not clearly, but it has answered with something extraordinary. Every theory we have, the cyclic bounce, the eternal inflation, the quantum creation, the block of time, every single one of them suggests the same thing. What we call the universe is not the whole story. There is more. There was more. There may always be more. And somewhere out there, beyond the edge of what we can see or measure or even properly imagine, reality continues, whether or not we are ever able to witness it. If this video made you feel small, good. That feeling is called cosmic perspective, and it is one of the rarest and most valuable things a human being can experience. If you want more of it, subscribe to Astro Odyssey. There is a lot more universe left to explore.